Hey up lads and lasses, Damphyre here, back again with some more Infinite Lagrange. So, over on the Asian site, as we can see here, I've got the translation up for this, we are getting a preview of the Star Lantern Festival, and more importantly, there is a new ship coming. So, I'm going to go through this with you. It is translated, so via Google Translate, so the translation is no doubt going to be horrendous, but it, usually has some funny things going on with it. So we'll read through it, talk a bit about it. We've had something similar to the Star Lantern Festival previously, I think about this same time last year. I swear there was a Star Lantern Festival or something of that nature. But more importantly, we want to talk about the new ship a little bit. So, during the implementation of the Beyond Shore plan, in order to locate the exit parameters of the Lagrangian nodes that have not been fully studied, and to test the stability and pressure bearing capacity of the channel, the testers often continuously invest in the channel with strong and where I've got lost already. This is really difficult to read in comparison to the usual website because it's just a white background. Strong endurance, large beacons. Before these beacons pass through the node to go to the exit galaxy to collect test parameters. They form a string of bright lights which continue to shine in the sky and are affectionately called starlights. Later, this custom gradually spread, and each Lagrangian gate used the same form to invest a large number of test beacons in the verification test to conduct a security stress test for the pass rate. As a result, the Star Lantern Festival has spread widely throughout the galaxy. The beacons shining with the starry sky not only tell people the exploration history of Lagrangian nodes, but also cultivate the scientific spirit of generations of pioneers to continue to study space. Today, the Lagrange Galaxy will once again usher in the Star Lantern Festival. The Antonius Trailblazers Contact Center prepared a mock star lighting ceremony for the Blazers, organized fun holiday games, and reinitiated the call for the Blazers on vacation. I hope that when the Pioneers look back at the starlights under the starry sky, they can recall the fearless spirit of exploring the unknown space and feel the warmth of exploring side by side with relatives and friends. The Trailblazers Contact Center wishes you all a happy Trailblazers Festival of Lights in advance. So yeah, I think this is obviously this page here looks different to last time we got it, but it sounds more or less the same thing. We've got the Star Race, which I remember rightly, which is flying through beacons or something like that, and then you got a nice pretty picture at the end. So every year at the Star Lantern Festival, the Pioneers traveling through the Stargate, unloading their luggage, and gathering at the headquarters of the organization to review the glory of the organization in the past year. Galaxy Race is one of the most important holiday activities. During the event, the Pioneers and the partners in the organization can meet in the Star Sea and compete in the Pioneer Contact Center. This Star Race is a limited time race, more challenging than ever. Pioneers can use the screen or keyboard. Oh, we can use the keyboard finally. Last time we couldn't. You had to use your mouse and click on arrows, and it was just near impossible to do on keyboard and mouse. I ended up using my phone to try and make an even relevant score. Left and right movement keys to avoid space junk and radiation areas, and adjust the speed with the acceleration and deceleration keys in order to sail as fast as possible within the specified time so as to get the best results. This event is staged. In each stage, the Pioneers and in the organization can put gifts into the activity pool through the interface button as rewards for active participants. Organization members can get a certain number of unpacking gifts according to the results of the competition, so that they have the opportunity to receive incentive gifts from organization partners during the settlement period of each stage. The event will also commend organization members with dedication Individual pioneers can also choose to take on game challenges alone or actively join organizations to compete with other pioneers. During the festival, the Star Lantern Festival event channel was specifically open for various organizations to broadcast the exciting game and gift pool dynamics in real time. Pioneers can also share their experience in the channel and thank members of organization for the gifts. Interesting way to do this. We've seen this recently, being able to give gifts to other players, which is interesting. Although I did have an issue with that. I sent a gift to somebody and apparently got destroyed by radiation on the way, so it's a fleet itself that appeared at the base. And I have no idea, because I wasn't paying attention, if either they still got the Proxima I sent, or if it just got, deleted. Or given back to me. So yeah, maybe this has a better way of doing it. I'm not sure, but yeah, again, it might have gone back to me and I just never noticed. You can only send like 8 Proxima or something like that. So, event rewards during the event period. A new stage will be opened every 48 hours with a total of 5 stages, and the settlement period is 1 hour long before the end of each stage. For the first time participating in the game and sharing the results of each stage, you can get Proxima coin rewards and start countdown to unlock the next stage. So pretty much identical to before. We have the gravity detection game as well, which is where you fling in like orbs around to try and hit these other orby bits, and using the gravity of the Earth in this case, or it looks like Earth, to try and hit them is a bit of fun. Not too reminiscent of Angry Birds, but it was that specific Angry Birds that used gravity. There was one of the Angry Bird games that came out that specifically used gravity. I seem to remember that. It was a bit of fun. Obviously, it was really, really easy once you worked it out, and then you just go through redoing them all again and just one shot on it every single time. But yeah, it's alright. Now, here's the fun one. We have the Damphyre Star Comprehensive Armory Ship Blueprint Release event. If the weapon I design needs to be tested, it can even fire at me. Gerald Chen, Chief Artillery Expert of the Lee Hugh Technology Company. Probably just butchered that, but... during the Star Lantern Festival, I am 100% butchering that. Technology company also brought a new Damphyre Star Comprehensive Armory Ship Blueprint to the Pioneers. The Damphyre Star Comprehensive Arsenal ship is equipped with a long rail railgun. I think that's going to be long range railgun, and a fast anti-ship weapon system, which can effectively attack small and medium-sized ships. The Arsenal ship is equipped with a new mobile special ammunition synthesis factory, which can provide special ammunition supply for the whole ship's weapons and improve the working performance of weapons. In addition, the Arsenal ship also has the flagship skill, Active Counter Attack. When the fleet encounters multiple fleets attacking at the same time, it can make all ships in the fleet except the carrier-based aircraft launch a counterattack against secondary target fleets. This is really cool. Absolutely going to cater a little bit more to the whales, because like the best way to cater whales as a newer player is to swarm them with multiple fleets, multiple players. Sounds like this will, let their entire fleet then, attack everything. At the same time, though, they can't use Swarm Fleet for this, so it's not going to be a particularly strong fleet at the end of the day, because Swarm is still, the top end. But yeah, but definitely interesting. Definitely going to be something worth checking out for certain, because I'm curious with the active counter attack. If say you're being attacked by one fleet, 100% of your damage is going down, downwind to that one fleet. If a second fleet attacks you, does that mean your damage gets split? So you're only doing 50% of the damage to that first fleet, 50% to that flanking fleet now. It's going to be interesting to see how that works. And again, if it it gets diluted every single time you get a third fleet come in, that's 33% across, or you get a fourth fleet in, that's 25%, so on and so forth. So it'll be interesting to see how that works. If it's 100% of damage to both the fleets, that's absolutely ridiculous. And yeah, that's seriously going to play into the whale hands a little bit. Something to note as well, because I don't think it gets mentioned anywhere here. Thunderfire Star, the blueprint of the comprehensive armory ship, will be released in all galaxies, and the launch event will consist of the following links. So you get the Star Launch Festival, first ship experience. That's where they do you can buy temporary ones from cities and what have you, until it releases. Blueprint of the comprehensive will be permanently added to the Enterprise selection technology file. So on the 10th, 10 a.m. on January the 18th, I'm guessing that's UTC +1, because UTC's 9 is the reset at the moment, so that must be UTC +1. January 18, so in 4 days time for the Chinese servers. I will have to mention this week a bit later for us, usually about a week later, we'll get the whatever this thing's called. Did they actually give us a name? Is it called the Thunderfire Star? I'm guessing it's called the Thunderfire Star. I wonder what that'll actually translate to when they give it to us over in the West. But pretty cool looking ship. It kind of reminds me of an IO a little bit because of the shape, like the overall shape, albeit, at the same time, it's got like the weird rounded front and stuff like that, which is quite cool. So yeah, interesting ship. The special ammo is going to be interesting if that increases performance of all weapon systems. Does it mean that you're going to get like a 10% buff to damage or something like that, or hit rate across all your fleet? If so, really powerful, really strong. Something that they didn't mention in here that I did get from the devs is this is a battle cruiser. Well, that's what they've told me. But for all I know, it'll come out and they'll tell me it's something else again. Because originally they told me this was going to be called an Arsenal ship, which they've actually mentioned here, which there isn't a ship type of Arsenal ship in game, but there you go. So, new ship, some other stuff. There's another page thing that I've been sent as well to read, so I'm going to go through that now quickly. So I'll cut over to that because I'll be curious to see what that's about. And if it's relevant, it'll be after this bit. If not, I'll be ending the video here. But yeah, let's go have a look at that. So yeah, here we go. As you see, the Ediacaran is coming to blueprints, like actual blueprints, not that little server type that, although fun, the rewards just weren't worth ever doing it. So it looks like they listened to us, because on the video where I talked a bit about the Ediacaran, I said, everyone down in the comments, let us know if you want this ship as an actual permanent ship you can pick up. And as you can see, it's now going to be added to the blueprints. So the Ediacaran period is the crossroads of paleontological evolution. I'm not sure if that paleontological is actually a word. According to the records of ancient books on Earth's sphere, drastic changes occurred in the lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere, and biosphere of the Earth hundreds of millions of years ago, which opened the prelude to the explosion of biological evolution. Also formed the early marine ecosystem. The Galaxy Design Bureau of the Norma Transportation Group, after learning about this past, entrusted the vision of evolution on this support ship and made substantial innovations and improvements in its firepower, self-sustainability, protection, and scalability. Improve. As Eschenbach, the chief designer of the design team, spoke at the decisive design meeting in the galaxy, we must constantly force ourselves to carry out technological evolution and innovation. If we stagnate, we will be the next Cambrian elimination before coming. So, the Ediacaran class heavy fire support ship capability introduction. So I've already gone through this a bit more detail, so do check out in my videos for this specifically, because I do go through what this thing's capable of. The Ediacaran class heavy fire support ship has a certain output capability against ships. The bow is equipped with double-mounted heavy-duty attack artillery, which can quickly cause effective damage to medium and large ships. After the blueprint is modified, it can be equipped with heavy-duty railgun on the bow of the ship and has the ability to attack large targets. Additional enhancements for independent production. It can be equipped with different production systems and independent production of frigates, escort boats, or destroyers can be carried out outside the base. By escort boats, I think it's referring to corvettes. So it can produce frigates, destroyers, and corvettes is what I think it is. Noma Transportation Group has customized a production line modification module for this support ship, which can improve independent production efficiency and can support additionally strengthen the structure of the produced ship or carrier-based aircraft. Support UAS or UAVs, I think that is. Yeah, it's UAVs. It's the Tundra Interception Drone System. The Ediacaran class heavy fire support ship is equipped with the Tundra Interception Drone System. The system is equipped with 4 regional air defense drones, which can provide air defense support for its own ships. That sounds like it could be fleet-wide, and if it is, it's friggin' amazing, and that just makes this the best ship in the game. After the blueprint is transformed, more UAV systems can be used for battlefield support. The Hummingbird Fire Reconnaissance UAV system is equipped with 4 fire reconnaissance UAVs that can detect the enemy's battlefield situation and share it with your own ships. Weak positions on the formation of the enemy's ship increase critical strike rate of the main weapon of the ship. That's an interesting one. I wonder if that'll work on ships that don't have innate crit. Probably not. And the Colossus guard drone system can also be used, which is equipped with 4 large guard drones. The guard drones are equipped with experimental airborne pulse weapons, which can provide fire support for their own side. So that's interesting. That sounds like they could be Xeno-esque type UAVs as well. But considering they're called Colossus, huge things. So yeah, really interesting. The support UAV systems are really interesting, actually, because you can only have one of these in your fleet, so you need it to be able to do stuff. You know, the production of stuff's useful on them to an extent. The only use I found for the FSV at the moment is in strike fleets when you want to replace the corvettes that you've currently lost, because you're only running corvettes and at least it can build them. So yeah, with this one being able to build destroyers as well, it might actually see some actual use, especially if these support UAV systems work out. The damage I remember from the Ediacaran as well isn't laughable either. It's actually, relevant. So having that, CP cost being used and you're not getting anything for it, bar the fact that you can build stuff with them. But in the case of the Ediacaran, you're actually getting some damage output, potential to support UAVs, and now you're also, you've got this ability to potentially, rebuild destroyers and stuff in our typical fleet setups. It could actually see some use. I'd be curious to see if you could have the Ediacaran and the FSV in the same fleet. I'm going to say probably not. But if you could have one set up for frigate, the FSV, and then one set up for corvette, the Ediacaran, and then you can just rebuild basically the swarm fleet for days. Flagship skill, fleet docking. The integrated support dock system of the Ediacaran class heavy fire support can be strengthened as a flagship. After the fleet docking is completed, the support equipment of the Ediacaran class will be modified, and the fleet will gain the ability to deploy, so that the fleet can use resources in space, expand at every point, and then allow the fleet of your own or allies to dock with your own fleet, and the docking fleet can borrow support ships from maintenance by paying electronic... What? At the same time, the integrated support dock system will provide additional efficiency in maintenance of the ships under Noma's transportation group. The integrated support platform, the FSV, will also be added. The fleet dock. Oh my god, that's amazing. Right, so if I'm reading this correctly, right, the FSV and the Ediacaran can basically be forward operation bases. You can dock them and repair your fleets. That's awesome. I mean, I wonder how limited that's going to be, though. Like, if you've lost destroyers and you've lost corvettes, can you only rebuild the destroyers because your Ediacaran's got the destroyer, building function on it? Or is it going to let you build the corvettes that you've lost as well? Either way, just being able to dock up and fully repairing your fleet if you haven't lost anything is going to be really useful. Yeah. You could absolutely potentially design fleets around using this system as well. So you get your Ediacaran into like a really nice position behind enemy lines with your destroyer fleet set up to take out outposts and amps and stuff, and you could just be there forever. Literally. Yeah, that's going to be pretty crazy. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this works. I'm going to have to try and pick up this Ediacaran as soon as possible. So the Ediacaran class heavy fire support blueprint will release into the system corresponding blueprint, and the node recovery protocol will be released in the star systems corresponding to the hub galaxy. Node recovery protocol, okay, no, it's just coming to everything. The Wei Yang exploitation protocol. Wei Yang exploitation protocol. Is the Wei Yang the new one that they've kind of commented on, but they haven't really given us any information, bar it sounds like some kind of crazy PvE-centric thing where you're upgrading pirates to blow other people's stuff up. It could be what the Wei Yang exploitation protocol is. Again, it could be a translation issue here, so not entirely certain on that. Again, it's going to be on the 18th as it is with the other ship, so bear that in mind, that this is not going to be sort of the same, because the 18th, that's 4 days time, and we haven't even got the English version of these pages out yet. So chances are we won't find this out really until probably the 18th when it releases for them, and then we'll get the translated version of what I'm reading through, and like on the main website and stuff, and then we'll go from there and see what they say. It's normally about a week later, so if it's on the 18th, it'll be the 25th of January for us, is probably around that time is what we're probably looking at. Blueprint, the Ediacaran, the Levy 9, hidden follower pulse frigate will be permanently added to the Enterprise selection. Okay, so they're going to go into the Enterprise boxes as well. So that's a nice little benefit. We got some more ways of grabbing this. So, very interesting. Devs have clearly listened. They're giving us the Ediacaran, which is what we requested. Would like more ships, the pirate ones, so that would be nice if they consider that in the future. And yeah, it's good because, in my opinion, the Ediacaran is one of the coolest looking ships in the game. It's got this ridiculously cool industrial look about it, and it was a complete waste of the artwork that you could only get it in the one system that very few people are probably playing now. So it's good to see that the new ship having, counter to being flanked and stuff is going to be really interesting. Definitely need to try that out at some point. Again, that's going to take a while to be able to test. Being a battle cruiser, the tech points needed to get that up and running, and dropping my Eternal Storm, and I actually play the game, so like losing tech points on my Eternal Storm just to pump into the new battle cruiser if I get it, just to test it, is a bit detrimental to my union because then I don't have a battle cruiser for the front line realistically. Although it could be amazing, and then I just throw the points into it anyway with the base modules, but we'll see. So really cool, really interesting stuff coming. The Lantern Festival, new ship, Starforge Fire, whatever they decided to call it, and the Ediacaran coming. So, lots to look forward to. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.